Have you ever wondered why the Philippines is constantly at the center of international interest? Why do powerful nations, some of the richest and strongest on earth, want to influence, invest in, and even control the destiny of this Southeast Asian archipelago? From its strategic location in the Pacific, rich natural resources, booming population, and access to major maritime routes, the Philippines holds immense geopolitical and economic value. And today, in 2025, it's clearer than ever that powerful nations are eyeing the Philippines not just as a partner, but as a potential foothold for dominance in Asia. But the big question is, why now? Is it because of China's growing presence in the South China Sea? Or is it about untapped mineral wealth? Or perhaps the young, skilled Filipino workforce that's driving the global BPO and tech industry? Whatever the reason, we've identified 10 powerful nations that have clear interests in shaping the future of the Philippines. And no, it's not just about diplomacy. It's about power, positioning, and control. So, grab your seat, because what you'll discover may shock you. Don't forget to subscribe to Wanderlust Ventures and leave a comment with the country you think has the strongest influence over the Philippines. Let's begin. Number 1. United States, the longtime ally or hidden controller. From military bases in Subic and Clark to long-standing economic and defense treaties, the United States has always had a hand in the Philippines. Post-World War II, the U.S. maintained deep military, cultural, and political influence through military agreements like the Mutual Defense Treaty and the Enhanced Defense Cooperation Agreement, EDCA. But in 2025, things are intensifying. With China rising rapidly, America wants the Philippines as a strategic ally, a launchpad for defense operations and a checkpoint in the South China Sea. Washington is increasing military presence, investing in cyber defense, and funding large infrastructure projects through USAID. While these might seem supportive, critics argue it's a soft form of neocolonialism. Backhand index pointing right, is it friendship or control? Comment your thoughts below and hit that subscribe button if you want more eye-opening content like this. Number 2. China. The silent pressure from the north. While not on our list of Western allies, China is undeniably one of the most aggressive powers trying to sway the Philippines. Although not directly mentioned in this top 10, its influence is the very reason Australia, USA, France, and UK are ramping up their presence. China's military buildup in the West Philippine Sea, massive infrastructure loans under the Belt and Road Initiative, and digital surveillance exports raise questions. Is Beijing using debt diplomacy to bring Manila under control? This growing tension is fueling other countries' desires to protect the Philippines, raising the risk of proxy competition. Number 3. Australia, Asia-Pacific's watchdog, ++. With strong military ties and regional alliances, Australia has become one of the most vocal partners of the Philippines. Through the Philippines-Australia Status of Visiting Forces Agreement, SAVA, joint military exercises and counterterrorism programs are expanding in 2025. Australia fears Chinese expansion and sees the Philippines as a buffer zone to maintain Western influence in Southeast Asia. Investments in education, clean energy, and coastal monitoring programs are pouring in, but they come with strong diplomatic influence. Backhand index pointing right, do you think Australia is genuinely helping or playing geopolitical chess? Subscribe for more global breakdowns like this. Number 4. United Kingdom. The comeback empire. Post-Brexit, the United Kingdom is re-establishing its global influence. In the Philippines, British companies are investing in fintech, telecommunications, and logistics. The UK's Indo-Pacific tilt strategy includes military cooperation with ASEAN nations, and the Royal Navy has increased patrols in contested waters. British soft power, through cultural institutions, academic exchanges, and humanitarian work, is another method to build loyalty and long-term influence. Their goal? Maintain relevance and counterbalance China, with the Philippines as a key ally. Number 5. France. Europe's silent hand in the Pacific. France has overseas territories in the Pacific and a strong interest in maintaining regional order. Recently, France has committed to joint maritime patrols with the Philippines, especially in disputed areas. French defense firms are seeking contracts with the Armed Forces of the Philippines (AFP), while major infrastructure investments, particularly in renewable energy and transport, are being proposed. France may not make headlines like the USA or China, but its influence is subtle and strategic, offering military technology, diplomacy, and trade deals to align Manila with Western Europe. Number 6. Canada, investing for long-term presence. Often viewed as a neutral, peace-loving nation, Canada has quietly increased its footprint in the Philippines through development aid, educational partnerships, and migration programs. In 2025, over 900,000 Filipinos live in Canada, making the Filipino diaspora a key political force. Canada uses this connection to influence policy on human rights, environmental protection, and labor standards. It's not military control, but cultural and social alignment achieved through scholarships, economic aid, and visa pathways. Canada is subtly shaping the Philippines to mirror its own liberal democratic values. Backhand index pointing right. Would you trust a quiet influencer more than a loud one? Comment below and don't forget to share your thoughts. Number 7. Germany. Engineering influence through economy. Germany, Europe's largest economy, sees the Philippines as a gateway to ASEAN markets. In 2025, German companies are rapidly expanding in renewable energy, automotive supply chains, and digital infrastructure. The Goethe Institute promotes German culture, and educational exchange programs are booming. Germany provides technical training programs, especially in engineering and healthcare, creating strong loyalty among Filipino professionals. Though Germany's approach is non-military, its economic grip is tightening, with green energy partnerships and trade deals aiming to secure long-term influence. Number 8. New Zealand. The quiet Pacific player. New Zealand may not be a military giant, but it holds significant power in Pacific diplomacy and climate initiatives. In the Philippines, it is focusing on agricultural technology, disaster preparedness, and educational funding. It supports grassroots movements, indigenous rights, and environmental groups, earning strong soft power credibility. New Zealand is building influence from the ground up, and while it doesn't want control in the traditional sense, it does aim to steer Philippine development towards sustainability and democracy. Number 9. Malaysia. The regional power with cultural ties. Malaysia and the Philippines share history, geography, and religion, especially in the southern regions. But the two have territorial disputes over Sabah, and in 2025 those tensions remain unresolved. Malaysia wants to maintain dominance in regional Islamic diplomacy. It funds Islamic education, social welfare programs, and even political parties in Mindanao. There's also growing trade between Sabah and southern Philippines, building quiet economic dependence. While not as powerful globally, Malaysia's regional influence gives it a unique lever to shape Philippine policy, especially in the south. Number 10. Indonesia. The ASEAN giant rising. Indonesia is Southeast Asia's largest country and a rival ally to the Philippines. With over 280 million people, Indonesia sees the Philippines as a strategic partner and competitor in ASEAN affairs. Both nations collaborate in maritime security, trade, and anti-terrorism, but Indonesia is now pushing for economic leadership in the region, promoting its own development model. By strengthening ties with Filipino businesses and politicians, Indonesia wants to ensure the Philippines doesn't lean too far toward the West or China. Indonesia's approach? Influence through regional unity and economic cooperation, but always with its own leadership at the center. So, what does it all mean? The Philippines isn't just another country on the map. It's a battleground of influence where military power, economic control, soft diplomacy, and cultural ties are all at play. From Western powers like the United States and United Kingdom to regional forces like Indonesia and Malaysia, everyone wants a stake. Why? Because the Philippines is a pivot point in Asia, rich in resources, young in population, and crucial in geography. Whoever earns Manila's loyalty gains power in the Pacific. But with so many nations pulling in different directions, the risk of foreign dependency and loss of sovereignty looms large. The real challenge for Filipinos is to rise above the foreign game and shape their future based on national interest, not foreign influence. Backhand index pointing right. Which country do you think has the strongest hold on the Philippines? Drop your answer in the comments and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Wanderlust Ventures for more powerful global content.